episode 7. And we're calling this episode Move Over, Picasso. And why is that? Because even if you are not artistic or a creative, there is room for you to reap the benefits of art that happen in your coco, in your brain. So, yes, there's room for everyone. And let me tell you what to say about art. Studies show, despite quote unquote art fear, engaging in any sort of visual expression results in the reward pathway in the brain being activated. So you feel good, it's an enjoyable experience. Even if you can only draw stick figures, there's room for everyone. And actually, I'm even worse than that. I can only draw a smiley face. I can put ears and hair on it, and that's as far as I go. It's comforting to know that there is room even for us smiley face people. And there's a professor from Drexel University, and she's also a researcher in art therapy. And by the way, shout out to art therapists. Great career, and we need more of you out there. And this Dr. Kaimal, she said, quote, anything that engages your creative mind is good for you. So that's really comforting. Isn't this great? And what does a creative mind mean? It's the ability to make connections between unrelated things and imagine new ways to communicate. So it's fascinating to know that, right? That our brain, first of all, has the capability, right, to imagine and create things. So what they're saying is that doing art forms, and it includes many things. The ideal, they say, is to use your hands with whatever art you're doing. That is the best way to engage many parts of your brain. So painting, doing sculpting. And you know what? We want to put knitting in there. Okay. That's an art form. And again, you're using your hands. And it is very exciting to know that what is happening to your brain when you are engaging in all these amazing art forms. One of the things, and it comes from the Journal of Arts in Psychotherapy, there's increased blood flow in your brain. And we want that, right? We want there to be a lot of blood flow in the brain. Second thing, ready? Decrease stress. Okay. Like, who doesn't have stress in their lives, right? This is a great way to calm yourself and reset and reduce your cortisol levels, because cortisol is the hormone that helps the body respond to stress. And we want that not to be high. So they did a study, okay, in the Journal of American Art Therapy Association published the study. They took 39 healthy adults and they had them do art for 45 minutes. And the results were fabulous. There was a decrease in cortisol levels. And it didn't matter if you were an artist or not. Smiley face me, and all of you out there that are like that, or stick figures, or the amazing, talented artist, all of them had decreased cortisol levels. So yes, there is room for all of you. And the third thing that it did, it helped you focus deeply. It got you in a zone. And that created an increased theta wave activity in your brain, which was phenomenal. So great. Through those three things happen when you're doing art. So you might want to go grab that art pad or maybe the Play-Doh that's sitting in your kid's little playroom and start doing some art. So keep that in mind, or you want to start knitting. And we're going to talk about knitting in the future, how amazing that is. So stay tuned for that. So are we ready for our word? Yay, everyone. And I know you've been like checking out my like adorable t-shirt. If you are just listening to us, I'm wearing this adorable t-shirt with these characters called the Silly Billies. And I'm going to tell you who is the amazing, talented artist that does the Silly Billies and what they're all about. So hang tight because I had an amazing interview with an amazing, talented artist, author. You are not going to want to miss this. So you might even want to come check out us on YouTube if you're not, to just even see the space and where we were at. It was wonderful. Okay, so let's do some Espanol though. We got to start activating our brain here. And that's what Spanish does for you. We're activating your brain, creating new connectors because I'm going to teach you some new words and it's going to be so good for your brain. So here we go. The first word that I'm going to teach you, or actually it's a phrase. And remember, I only like to give you around 7 words, right? Because that's how much our brain really absorbs. So my first phrase is me gusta el arte. And that means I like art. And I think that's a great thing to say, right? Art is a beautiful thing. So here we go. Repitan. Me gusta el arte. Good job, everyone. Good job. Bravo, 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 bravo. Let's try that again. Me gusta el arte. I like art. Excelente. And pro tip, in Spanish, we really put emphasis on the vowels, not the consonant sounds. So the me gusta el arte. Little pro tip. The next 2 are command forms. Now, in Spanish, when you do a command, we don't have to do the please after all commands. It's a part of the language that you can just easily say the commands and it's not taken as an insult. So that's something cultural that you might have wanted to know. All right, so the first one is the command form for draw. Okay, so here it is. Dibuja. That means draw. Maybe you're grabbing your pen or pencil and you're telling your friend, hey, draw. Okay, draw this beautiful tree that we're looking at. Okay, repite. Dibuja. Sounds really cool, doesn't it? And that means draw. The second command form is paint. Pinta. All right. Now, you could use this one. Let's say you've been telling your husband you've been wanting him to paint the bathroom for forever. Maybe you can grab the paintbrush and look at him and go, pinta. And that means paint. If you want to use it in that sense, hey, you might get your bathroom painted. Use your little Spanish. They might be like, okay. So let's go over our words. Here we go. The first one, I like art. Me gusta el arte. Second one, draw. Dibuja. And the last one, paint. Pinta. Excelente. We are off to our interview with Julie Dawson. And let me tell you, she is multi-talented, amazing artist, decorator, award-winning author, and she's a philanthropist. The list goes on. She knits. And if you check out my Instagram on Stir the Coco, I'm going to have some pictures of me and Julie in her studio and her knitting. You'll see what she's made. Please check out the Instagram at Stir the Coco if you want to see more pictures of my amazing time with her. And let me like I said, I was going to tell you about these Silly Billies that are just adorable. I'm obsessed with the Silly Billies. And I met her years ago, and I remember picking up, this is one of her books. This is not her award-winning. She has another one, which you're going to hear about in the interview. But this is, I'm just showing, if you are just listening to us, I'm just holding up the book that I have from her Silly Billies, and they're just adorable little characters. Let me show you another picture here. You can see they are the cutest little things. And I was so excited to talk to her. She's, like I said, done amazing things. She's even done some mural work and artwork for Children's Hospital in her area. And just so special, even hearing the reviews of families and children that see her artwork in the children's hospital is touching. So you never know what impact your art can have on people's lives. And hello, in a children's hospital, people going through very hard times, it just can bring a smile or a comforting moment for someone. And again, great interview. I hope you enjoy my chat with Julie Dawson. And let's go have a little chat with Julie. Julie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's very exciting because I'm with a very creative person.
Oh, I don't know. Julie is amazing. And I love that we both love our blue eyeliner and makeup. So, Julie, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
My name is Julie Dawson, and I have the most incredible life. Every part of it's been wonderful. It's come in different boxes, and every box has been different, and everyone I savor. And I'm just thrilled to keep going with new exciting things every day.
And tell us some of your exciting things because, first of all, you're a world traveler. And so tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So my husband and I were introduced because we shared a passion for travel. So we would go by ourselves for a month to 7 weeks just to one country, wandering around. And we went many places, many times. And we went to 101 countries, which is really phenomenal.
101?
That's a lot of countries. And so as a result, I use what I learned and what we saw for a lot of my artwork and for my writings as well. I did a book about bells all over the world. And I did 15,000 photographs of bells.
You yourself?
I did. And then I selected 500 for a coffee table book. And I wrote their stories of how they were used or the exciting adventures we had in finding them. And so both of them were wonderful. And I also used a lot of the images because I love people. And so people are a very wonderful subject for paintings. And animals and flowers. They're everywhere.
Beautiful flowers here.
And bells. I'm surrounded by bells.
Look at her bells. So we'll do a little tour in a minute. You can see beautiful. Julie, tell us about the current projects you're working on.
I have so many going at any one time. And the problem is every day I wake up I have the most wonderful bedroom. It's up in the trees. And I wake up in the summer and the leaves start talking to me. In the winter, it's the branches. And I just have, by the time I get out of bed, I have so many ideas of new things to do. But some of the ongoing big things that I've done recently, I just did all the artwork for the Children's Hospital emergency floor in Detroit. And it's incredible, including a 29-foot mural and all the rooms, all the hallways, everything. That was exciting. And I've just finished a couple books that I've written. And I've done 8 children's books.
Are they the Silly Billies? I love the Silly Billies. I will show you. They're adorable.
The first ones are fun because they were written for my cousin who was 6 and was diagnosed with brain cancer. But the last 2 were more serious, one of which is because I'm very disturbed with all the hate in the world. And I thought I could moan and groan about it, but I bet I could do something. And maybe the Silly Billies could help me. So we came out, sat in the garden, and wrote the story. It's about changing hate to appreciate, to celebrate. And it's being used around the world now because I donated to places, the groups that are working on things, and local groups too. And there's a series of questions that go with it. Have you ever been hated? How did that feel? Have you ever hated? Do you know why? Have you ever been in a pocket of hate? How did that impact you? Do you think hate can be changed? If so, how? And my last question is, and what are you going to do to change hate, to appreciate, to celebrate? So that's a pretty exciting thing that's moving.
Phenomenal, Julie, phenomenal. Because I work in a classroom and I know what that's like.
There's just no room for hate in this world.
Yes.
And my era was just so magical. We didn't grow up with any of that. And so it's my joy and hope to work. I'm working with the International Girl Scouts. So I've provided 6 international conferences for young women between the ages of 20 and 30 about leadership training. And they're from 79 countries.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. So, Julie, tell us how all these amazing things are good for keeping you mentally fit. What are these things doing to you?
For me, I'm just so stimulated all the time. And my parents introduced us to the concept of originality. In our lives, we had to be creative. We were no copying. It had to be out of your own thoughts and your own ideas. Today, we're Pinterest motivated.
Yes.
And that's not, I shouldn't say it. In comparison, just using your brain. I just made up a project for a World Girl Scout thing. And I said, use your noodle to make a doodle.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Can I borrow that in my class? I always tell my students, doodle. It's so good for you.
I'll show you what I did.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't wait to see
all
that.
these things and I made them into doodles just out of my head.
Oh,
it's no big deal.
Julie, you're so much fun.
It is fun. We should have fun.
Yes.
Fun is a big part of it all. And I'll tell you the other thing I think is just personal conversations. I have people here all the time. I'm just sitting here.
Oh, we're in the coziest space. Look at this. It is beautiful. I feel like I'm in England, actually. We've been transformed to another place.
It is. In the summertime, it's all flowers.
Wow. Do you have help to do this?
You probably saw her.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, this is.
And then I have a new gazebo out there, and I designed the roof.
Oh,
it's one of my kaleidoscopes. And
up there. Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Out on the other side of the tree.
Oh, I'll have to take a look.
And it's one of my kaleidoscopes, and it's laser cut out of aluminum. And then there's a table underneath it that I etched with the same characters. They're my animals and birds who live here.
Oh my
God.
God.
And I etched that with a chemical etching tool. So that you can say, do you see the owl? Do you see the rabbit? Etc. And that table, wait till you hear that, goes up and down.
Oh my God, Julie!
So if you want to have dinner, it goes up.
Oh, no.
But the best part about it is the conversations that happen there.
Conversations. We don't have that much social interactions anymore. It seems I was listening to something on the phone. People don't even call people on the phone anymore. They'll just quick text. And we're losing out on a lot of things when we do that.
I'll tell you my secret.
Tell me.
I don't have a cell phone.
Okay, Julie, how are you going to watch our show?
I don't know. Come visit you.
Okay.
You can come back.
You can come visit me. Julie, wait, how have you survived with...
I am free of that constant interruption. I'm not always going, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that's me.
You're stopping this idea, thought, and you're going over here. You have to stop and analyze, do I need to answer that or not? And then you come back. Now you've lost your train of thought and you have to start over.
Yes.
I do not think that's healthy for a brain. Guess what? I'm not doing that. Now, I'm not telling you, I have no way of measuring
how my brain is.
whether it's helped me, but it is because it's just so peaceful not to have all the, and how much of that stuff do you really need?
Yeah, not much. Just to call you, but I could use a normal landline.
I think a lot of, I just saw a man walking by with a pink umbrella.
Yes, you're right. Oh my gosh, that just
really
sounds once you lay it out like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't have one, and that's a judgmental thing. But all I can say is I feel free. I feel free to concentrate on what I'm doing. And the older you are, the more you have to concentrate.
Yes.
And I like to write and I like to think. And I have to think just on my own. I can't have that around me.
There's so much we've learned here. Get off your phones just after you watch the interview.
Everything in life is to be used effectively.
Yeah,
it's a tool.
I agree.
It's a wonderful tool.
It is a tool. You're right.
It makes
not
life happen.
stuck to the hip.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think everything has to be just figured out how to use it effectively so it will enhance your life and others.
Good point.
Instead of making it smaller. Our lives need to get bigger, and it's getting bigger means meeting more people, getting to know people's thoughts, hearing, listening, exchanging.
Wow, down to the basics, basically. Julie, we're going to go explore and see this beautiful place.
Oh, there's a lot to see.
But thank you so much for spending time with us in this beautiful space. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And a big
Love
plug
you.
for you because you are doing so many wonderful things.
Oh, we're just trying to spread some good things in the world. I think that
And we have a wonderful world. We have to
We do.
celebrate it and
We do.
make it bigger all the time.
make it bigger. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
It's good seeing you. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed the interview with Julie Dawson. She is just amazing and I had a beautiful time. Come check us out also on Instagram. I'll have some great pictures with Julie and her beautiful property and a silly Billy picture. I hope you had a great time here today on Stir the Coco. And